Yeshiva World.
You're listening to another great Torah class, recorded by TorahAnytime.com.
Good evening. I would like to thank Agudas Yisrael of America for giving me the opportunity to speak at this amazing convention. I would also like to thank every one of you who are here in this room tonight to hear my thoughts on this important topic. I've spoken at many great venues in recent years, but the Agudah Convention is special. As I know, there's follow-up and real action, as Pesach just mentioned. Most of us don't realize just how broad, diverse, and across the board the Parnassah challenges are in all communities. Almost no one is spared. It touches every type of person in every occupation or industry at every stage of life. Most important, you don't need to be a major philanthropist, tzedakah organization, or business professional to help. If you only have the proper awareness, focus, and infrastructure, we all can help. And that's what I'm here to speak about tonight. I've broken down my presentation into 3 steps: awareness, creating supportive environment, and finally, what you can do, a step of action for all of us here tonight. And I'm amazed to see all ages of people here, young and old, many generations, all sitting here willing to be able to get involved and see what they could do to help other Yidden Parnassah. It's beautiful. Thank you. I find the biggest challenge we have in the Parnassah world today is awareness. That is the key and most of the solution that we're not intact with. Everyone's always discussing problems. Yisrael was not famous for acknowledging the problem that Moshe Rabbeinu had lines around his house. No one knows Yisrael for that because everyone saw the lines around Moshe Rabbeinu's house. Yisrael was famous for coming up for a solution for the problem of lines around Moshe Rabbeinu's house. How to delegate. The reason I accepted, and I'm motivated and excited and to speak about Parnassah tonight, together with a Pesach Kron, no better partner, is because by the Agudah Convention, solutions happen. 20 years ago, my grandfather, Vashal Max Knopf, was here with Rav Pam, and they founded Shuvu through discussing the problems of the Russians. And that was a big inspiration for me to be able to come today and discuss the most pressing topic, the most pressing thing, what touches everyone in every situation, every single person goes through that stage. Every single person is that Reb Yisrael who Klal Yisrael has to help at one point of his life. Once we have awareness and we explain the awareness, we'll realize how simple it is for us to be able to help. The first thing is tune in and be alert. Your family, your shul, look around. What am I referring to? Turn and look around. What are you going to see? If someone, chas v'shalom, has a sick child, you look and you see someone nebuch. He doesn't have hair. He's on treatment. Someone's sick. Someone's on a wheelchair, crutches. Yoy, nebuch, my heart opens. Matter of fact, wealthy people can have sick children and they themselves understand the cause and they'll give money towards it. But a wealthy person does not feel the pain of Parnassah. A wealthy person does not know what it means to go to sleep at night looking if your house is being taken away by foreclosure. A wealthy person thinks that he can relate. Why? Because he lost $2 million in the deal. So I also lost money, but you still have $1 million left. This person can put food on his table. That's awareness. A person next to you in shul, 6.2, you're 4'7". You're very intimidated from him. He's a tall, big guy, but you have $10 million in your bank account, and he can't pay his bills. His kids can't go to school because he can't pay schar limit or they're embarrassed because they don't have knapsacks or clothing. That's awareness. How can you see this? Maybe he told me in shul, you know, by the way, I really, you know, I can't come over now. I have to go, my children, I have to go shopping, excuses. There's so many red lights that flash. And I'm going to go a little off topic of my speech I prepared tonight, because I'm a natural speaker, and I have to go where my heart takes me. When we started Parnassah Expo, I met someone after my first expo in Lakewood, stopped me in the gas station. He says, "You're Duvi Honig?" I say, "Yes." He says, "I want to tell you a story." He says, "I was by a parlor meeting in Lakewood, and I had a good friend of mine, and he's a very classy guy. He was eating like a pig. He was grabbing, and he has family and children at home. He was stuffing food in his mouth. He was dirty all over. I said, "Chaim, what's going on over here?" He told me, "I don't have food at home." No one knows, no one's aware. I picked up, I made him a parlor meeting, I raised money for him, I got his fridge stocked, everything. And this is a regular, normal guy. He told me, "Duvi, by your Parnassah Expo, by your first one, he came, he found a job, he's making $7,000 a month." I want to share with you a story, a mashal, what I thought of during Rosh Hashanah in shul. We're davening for health. And I'm thinking to myself, you know how many people don't have Parnassah? People get heart attacks because they don't have Parnassah. A person called my house, whole Klal Yisrael was davening for him. He said, "I just came out of a heart attack. No one believes I'll make it because my son doesn't have Parnassah. That's why I had the heart attack." It's health. It affects everything. And I thought of such an example. A person comes to a doctor. He's falling apart. He can't stand on his feet. He can't walk. He can't talk. He can't see almost. He can't feel. He's cold. He sweats. He comes into the doctor. They check him. They send him to the hospital. They do x-rays, exams. You name it. Every test was on him. A day and a half later, they come out with a result. The person's totally healthy and fine. Why can't he walk? Why can't he talk? What's going on? He's so weak. Simple, the doctor says. He didn't eat for 3 days. That's it. Just give him food and he'll be fine. Rabbi Say, how many times do we say, "Nebuch, this person doesn't have a job"? Nebuch, this person's a loser. Nebuch, he can't make it. If there was just a network where he could tap in tools that he could take and use his strengths to be able to get a job, start a business, he's capable. Loans, services, all these Parnassah networks has different divisions to help these people, and we keep on coming out with more and more. And now we have a few more coming as well, and we just launched 3, 4 in the past few weeks. Because every person has a different need. Giving a person food, giving a person something that he can help himself. He's not a sick person. He's not a nebuch. He can't have a job. Help him. Find out what tool he needs. He wants to help himself. He's not asking for handouts. He doesn't want tzedakah. He doesn't want to come to Tamcha Shabbos. And he's capable. He's not sick. Just give him food to eat, no medicine. Don't make him into a nebuch. So many people out there, yesterday, today, day before, I get calls of people who are saying, I have this and this skills. I got an email just recently from someone whose resume I can't even understand or read what it says. It's so intellectual and such a high status of a person of education, and he says, but I can't put bread on my table. The solution for all this is networking. Klal Yisrael gathering together, as Rav Pesach mentioned and said, as we discussed, to be able to come out with a solution. We had a conference called Rav Pesach and Rabbi Becker, and we're discussing, and Rabbi Pesach came to tell me, what's the solution? But what's the solution? So we discussed and we said together, let's launch a gabbai. There should be a gabbai in every shul who could be turned to a Parnassah in each shul that a family member could call or could be alert and know what's going on with the mispalim and be aware of how to be able to network and help them and network with other gabbayim to be able to service them. Another step in the awareness is people think if someone doesn't have a job, it's terrible. What can we do to get someone to get him a job? People are unaware that also business owners suffer, and sometimes much more. To run a business is overhead. People say, oh, he has a business. His business could be losing $10,000 a month. Bring him clients. You know people using a service. You know people who could give him big accounts. But that's not reality for tzedakah. It's just not. You don't relate. Be aware. Just because someone has a business, and maybe even a successful business, he's tight in cash flow. You don't know what's going on in the business. It does not mean that he has a parnassah.
Can I ask a question? In terms of setting up a gabbai in the shul where they're aware and they take note to the signs, I still feel like people could be embarrassed. And people, maybe people that don't know them, maybe they feel that they'll be embarrassed. It's possible, maybe not, I'm sure it'll help. Have you thought about setting up some type of community hotline where people can call in so they don't necessarily have to be face-to-face initially, and that they can talk about it, and then, point them or have them set a meeting in a face-to-face? Because even in shul, they're nonchalantly, conversations, and even if you're on awareness, and even if you can peel the onion back, people still are not going to open up necessarily to you.
That is the next step. I have awareness, creating supportive environment. Let me get there. And you're on target 100%. As a matter of fact, in Lakewood, now they do some interviews over the phone, and that people don't have to come in because I brought that awareness that it's embarrassing and people who need the help can go and wait online, and et cetera, et cetera. Of course, it has to be done with covered, and it's set up to be covered, and either I'm going to touch a little of it, but we could discuss it, more in detail afterwards. I want to tell you how. Yes.
There's an EPI where I work, they get people jobs, and also the OU job.
What's the question?
The old what?
If you're interested, they get people jobs.
Yes,
the
yes.
OU, EPI
We'll ask the questions after.
Okay, we'll take questions afterwards. I want to stay on topic. I want to share with you, I woke up today in the morning, I called Mashkiach of our generation today, Duvi. I'm sure you all heard of him. Duvi was Mashkiach together with Rebel Lapian, he was Mashkiach Cotton. When he used to walk into the room, just to give you a little insight who he is, Rebel Lapian used to stand up for him when he walked into the room, the yeshiva, into Beis Medrash. They call him the Tzaddik of the Dor, Ish Kodesh V'Tor. He was the guest last year by Lakewood, by the tent event. The Malkiel Kotler, the Malkiel's mother waited online. The Malkiel told me that when his mother saw a picture of Reb, she said, he looks just from the picture, she sees what type of tremendous tzaddik he is, and she wanted a bracha from him. That's what Malkiel told me. And his children. I called up Reb Duvi Yaffe today, and I say, I'm speaking about a good convention, and we're discussing the Parnassah crisis and how Klaisel has a chrayis for each other. The topic of the convention is a chrayis. I was speaking about how everyone has to be responsible and feel responsible to help those who need help in Parnassah. And I thought of this, and I want to get a haskama from the mashkiach that I could say it over, because it's a nice svara, it's a nice input, and it'll also catch you. But I wanted to have a backbone when I say it. And I repeated it to him, and he says, David, 100%, no question about it. And I want to share that with you tonight. It says in the Torah, if someone sees a chamor falling, buckling, crumbling from his masa, from his load, oziv taziv, imoy. You have a chiyuv to help the chamor get up and stand on his feet. Told the mashkiach, I said, isn't it a kal v'chayma? If a yid sees another yid falling from the masa of Parnassah, crumbling, his bills are too high, his family's falling apart, he can't carry himself. Isn't he better than a chamor? We all could do some financially, some could support programs, some could be involved, some could do other ideas and initiatives, what I'm going to say soon, but everyone could contribute, and everyone has a chrayis to contribute. Don't tell me that you don't have a relative, a son, a family, a further relative, or a neighbor in shul, or someone you can't think of that's hurting, and if you have the awareness, you'll be able to think, how can I get involved? You don't have to help him directly. You can help him indirectly, as I'll say, but you could get involved. And you have achrayas to do so. Unfortunately, today, it's cool to support cancer. It's cool to support a lot of shtusim of organizations that are beautiful things. But if we have Parnassah, those organizations wouldn't have to be there today. Parnassah is not cool to support. Tell me any organizations. There's one organization who does one piece. One organization does another piece. There's no whole network. That's what Parnassah Network is. All the organizations together, all the services together unite. When we come back to this, everyone has a part in it. And everyone is contributing. And that's a network. That's a koyach harabim. That's a Gudus Yisrael. That's what we're standing here for tonight for. There are many stages in life. Just to give you a little bit of a insight to the challenge of Parnassah, why people avoid it. Because there's a problem. People can discuss problems, but no one has come up with a solution like we have so far. And this is the solution where everyone's part of it. by networking and joining together. And all these organizations, all the resources, all the people, everyone together, that's the only solution, Achdus. And that's why the Parnassah Expo went from a Beis Yaakov 1 year of 7,000 square foot, to the Meadowlands the second year 60,000 square foot, to the third year at 120,000 square foot, 2 days, helping Klal Yisrael come together from Chile, from Russia, from Australia, from London, from Israel, from every place, every community, every country. People came, helped each other. That's Achdus. That's how we give and take for everyone. There's people transitioning from Kailul. There's employees, there's self-employed people, there's midlife crises, there's people 60 plus transitioning, and they're depressed, they fall apart, they don't know how to be able to take their kaiches and be able to apply it to a new job and be able to provide to their family. It's very challenging and very embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. That's the awareness. Now we're going to touch on creating a supportive environment, and then I'm going to share with you a few tips what we all can do. Just bear with me a little bit more. When we started the name Parnassah Expo, Parnassah Network, people kept on telling me, Duvi, change the name, make it a fancy business name, make it something like classy, make it something beautiful, like people want to feel part of. And I said, no. Parnassah is a word that has a meaning behind it, the parnass, to be able to provide and at the same time livelihood. Both meanings in one. It's a beautiful word. Moshe Reichman Olav Shalom worked for Parnassah. Yes, he was wealthier than others, but he worked for Parnassah. Every Yid works for Parnassah. Parnassah is something beautiful. It's not embarrassing. The only challenge we have is that the only time we use the word Parnassah is when Nebuchadnezzar doesn't have Parnassah. That's why I said I'm staying with the name Parnassah, Parnassah Expo, Parnassah Network. We're going to take Parnassah and show people it's a pride to be Parnassah's family. A Yid has a reason, a meaning for going out to work. Like the Gemara says, that that's some, and the Goyim do this, wake up every day, and they do the same a Yid does, go to work, eat, sleep, and they go to Gehenna. A Yid wakes up, goes to work, goes to sleep, and sometimes barely learns, but he gets schaf for every nail he knocked in, everything he did. Because he does it for the reason of he should be able to pay Schalimit, be able to support his family, that his children should be Bnei Torah, to be able to do the mitzvahs by money, use the money for mitzvahs. That's Parnassah. That's a beautiful thing. And that's the reason we go to work. Not because Yesh Leimona Reitzim Masayim. Someone came into the expo and he had a whole promotional thing. It said, money, make money. I didn't let it in. I said, we're not here to tell people they have to make more money. We're here to tell people they have to be able to support have tools to support their family. There's no godless run, more. And that's the beauty by creating Parnassah in a proud thing. It's a proud thing to be able to be Parnassah your family. Don't say Nebuchadnezzar doesn't have a job. As Rav Pesach said, say he's transitioning. It's a stage we all go through. The same way as special ed became recognized, now Parnassah is too. People stop me in the street, they say, Duvi, I left Kaila, I was embarrassed, I didn't have a job. Now I understand, I'm in a regular stage. You brought the awareness out that people go through the stage and it's not something embarrassing, it's part of life. And that is creating a supportive environment. Being supportive to your neighbor introducing him, letting him know others went through this, how to do it, is one of the ways to be able to help and in a b'chavdik way be a listening ear. But the main thing is he should be open, he should be comfortable, and he shouldn't feel rejected from it. What? Okay. I'll share with you 2 pointers. I had it help, and then if anyone wants, they could contact me afterwards. I'll be sitting here and share. One of the most important things is stop the bleeding. First step. If a person loses his job, make sure he has food, he has medical health, medical insurance, any assistance of programs, organizations are out there to help them. So he shouldn't spiral downwards and fall further, but he should be able to focus on being able to get back to himself, because the biggest thing what drains him is he keeps on falling and falling and falling. Stop the bleeding. And that's going to be one of the things we're going to discuss with the Gaboim. Are going to be able to have an eye and be able to tell and see and without them approaching them, to be able to have that awareness in those eyes. The most important thing, and this is what I'm here to share with you tonight, as for every individual could do, is tap into your networks. Every Yid, every single person has a network. Every single person has a family, has friends, has a shul, workplace. Of people, if they hear, for example, someone's heard it, lost a job in a certain area, or someone's business is hurting and he does a certain thing, you're able to refer people to him. You're able to be able to say, I have a very talented person who could contribute to anyone who needs a lawyer, a doctor, any talent this person has. You say, I have someone who's available now, who has experience, who's good, who's talented, motivated, and is now available. If anyone knows anyone who can help him, send that an email. I'm sure you have 1,000 email addresses. Think about shul, your family members. Spread the word. Don't expect the person you spread the word to be the solution, but he'll spread it further. Chavre de chavre islay. The same, if Shmiras HaLashon says, don't take one person, 2 people, 3 people, 3 people hear it, obviously gets all over. Spread the word to who knows how many, through your social media or any way possible, and let people hear. And the biggest chesed is you won't know that you helped him. But when you come up, Noilem Elyon, Noilem Emes, they'll say, this person got a job, his family went, and because of that he helped this and this and this, all because you send that email, you help people. Don't expect to be acknowledged for it. Don't think that, oh, no one's going to know, why should I do it? No, absolutely not. Do it because you want to do it, and it's the right thing to do, and that's how you can help others. And that's how you'll help. You have no idea how many stories got back to me, and how many haven't. But the ones that did, you hear from, you told someone or someone else heard, and they did a deal, they got help, they got a job. The feeling is unbelievable. Last but not least, I'm going to give a brief description of the Parnassah network, because everyone heard about Parnassah network. You heard a little expo, a little this. Parnassah network creates tools for people to help themselves. By creating tools for people to help themselves, all we just mentioned above applies. People are able to come to the expo, find jobs, offer jobs, network, get clients, businesses, And the expo, 80–90% is not jobs, it's businesses, helping businesses do business with other from Yidden. We're focusing and discussing a lot of the jobs and employment now. Doesn't underestimate the successful businesses doing business there, but I don't have to speak about them to the public here today. We have a job board, a one location, central location where jobs come in. We gather jobs and post jobs, people get them. Many times I've heard from people that bumped into, oh thank you, I got a job from your job board. Or we gather the jobs and people view them and find them. It's a central location for jobs. Business funding, matching businesses, people, helping people in the business world start businesses, coaching, consulting, everything a business needs, a person needs Parnassah, they could turn to us. And we created a tool, Baruch Hashem, that could help them in Parnassah. That is a center for Parnassah. That is needed in the whole Klal Yisrael. Just 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to end with this note, we just launched the OJC, Orthodox Jewish Chamber of Commerce. After the Parnassah Expo, businesses kept on calling us, I need a business, I need a client, I need a contact, I need someone who does this, I need someone who does that. And we said, you know, we went through our database and this business does this one does that. We connected businesses and helped the businesses, and we said, we created more services to help businesses, and we realized that this is what a Chamber of Commerce does. Over 400 businesses, Yiddish Jewish businesses, joined the Chamber of Commerce in the past few weeks. Yesterday alone, we had businesses sign up and join the Chamber of Commerce. From London, Owing Mills, Maryland, Muncie, New York, Chicago, Montreal, Miami Beach, Los Angeles, California, Toronto, Brooklyn, Long Island, Lakewood, Carl Place, New York, Kiryat Sefer. Just one day alone, look at the Achdus of Klal Yisrael, helping each other, doing business together, coming together as a body, and saying, let's be there for each other, let's do business for each other. That is a service of Parnassah Network created and put together to help the existing businesses, help people start businesses. We have a tremendous amount of services for the business world over here, helping jobs, helping business creations, and there'll be in each community committees servicing each community to help initiate events, networking events throughout the year, services to help them. My vision is that every community, like we have a Tamcha Shabbos, Hatzalah, should have a Parnassah Network office in that community and network with all of them together and share services and businesses and use all these tools to help each other in the whole Klal Yisrael. Anyone who wants to approach me, I'm going to be over Shabbos and discuss starting any of these initiatives in their community and the Gabe program, please approach me, and looking forward. Thank you, Agudas Yisrael. Thank you to Pesach Kron. I want to thank Rebbe Wall and my wife, who are dedicated to be able to keep this Parnassah Network going. Thank you.
TorahAnytime.com sends cameras out day and night to video and audio record the best Torah classes around. We then make them available to you for free. So what are you waiting for? Watch, listen to, and download lectures on TorahAnytime.com today.